Welcome back to Golfing the Tri-State with Mike Wassmer at McDonald Golf Course. This is Tip of the Week. And how many times have I heard, hey, you hit it right where you were aiming, and it was off. We're working on alignment today, right, man?
Yeah, I think we're going to try to help you out with that.
Okay, good. How do you go about that?
Well, one of the big misconceptions is whenever people line up, they line up to basically just set up and look at the target. They're not really getting their feet set where they need to be. Mm-hmm. So what needs to happen is the only thing that gets pointing at our target is the actual club face, where most people stand up there and they end up pointing anything at the target. They could be pointing way right or way left and they don't know why. One of the big things I hear is like, Mike, I went to the driving range and I was hitting it fine. I come out here to the golf course and I played horrible and I just can't do the same.
Right.
Well, at the driving range, it's a lot easier to line up. You've got your mat usually pointing in the right direction and you might be using something like this, but you've got to be able to take this to the golf course and go from there. So what you've got to do, and we're going to set up a little station here, is we're going to put one club down on our target line, and our target line is going to be exactly where we want the ball to go. Okay? So as we do that, the next one is going to be set up, if you can imagine train tracks in the distance. Train tracks are never going to touch each other.
Right.
Okay? All right? So basically, your feet, your shoulders, your shoulders and your hips are going to be parallel to your target line. The club face is the only thing that I want pointing where we're trying to hit the ball.
Okay.
So that as you set up, as you see, I've got them a little staggered here. The reason I do that is as you set up to it, I try to put the golf ball more in the middle right there, to where as you set up and you put the ball in the middle of your stance, you can see that my feet are parallel to the target and my club is pointing where it needs to go. The reason I've got it staggered is so I can have a little bit of a visualization of coming back from the inside. That helps me out a little bit to where
right, getting in the slot
in this direction.
Yeah.
And we can talk a long time on a lot of the other golf swing, but right now if we can get your alignment worked out, that's what we want to do.
Great. Fantastic.
Take this to the driving range, set it up at the driving range, and go from there. The next thing that you want to do on the driving range is every once in a while, let's say for 2 or 3 in a row, is you want to try to stand behind the ball, look at your target, look where you're going, and do a little pre-shot to where as you set up to the ball, as I'm looking at the target, I set my feet. I do not want to bury my head into my chest and set my feet, because I can stand up and I can look at anything. You don't want to do that. Try your best to look at the target while you're setting your feet, and then get yourself set.
Then get in position.
And then get in position, exactly.
Okay, neat. Now, without the clubs out on the course, you kind of visualize maybe a club going toward your target?
Jack Nicklaus did it best, I would say, to where he would use he'd find something, it could be anything, a little obstruction out front, and use that as a target line and try your best to do it that way. You can go up, just like I said before, and look at your target from behind, and then come up to the ball, set your club down and look at your target. That's what I usually like to do. As you get used to setting up like this, you'll be able to take it to the golf course as well.
Nice. Shall we hit a couple?
Sure, let's do that.
Hit one, man. PGA Pro Mike Wassmer.
I'll try.
The alignment drill. Tip of the week.
So number one is we're going to get behind the ball, look and see where I'm going. And I'm just casual right now. I'm going to step up. I'm going to set my club beside the ball so I can take me a practice swing. I always believe in a little practice swing. And while I'm looking at the target, I'm going to try to see where I'm going. And as I set my feet, I'm not going to bury my head. So it's one practice swing, and then step up and try to hit it.
Awesome.
Setting the club back down, setting up.
Very nice.
And hopefully it's going at the target.
Nice little draw. He hits the tree he was shooting at.
How about that?
That's what pros do. They hit the tree.
Yeah, right. I wish I could do that all the time.
Can I try one?
You go right ahead.
Okay. Here we go. The alignment drill. Let's see if I remember. I remember my learnings. Okay. Kind of take a look at where you're going to go.
See where you're going there. Set the club down as your practice swing. Take a look at your target while you're setting your feet.
Okay. For your practice swing.
Nice finish.
Move in. Okay.
A little bit to the left.
Pulled a little bit left.
A little bit.
Yeah, I've been going left a little bit with my irons.
We'll get that next time. I would think sometimes that happens whenever you do point a little bit too far right. The farther right we go, people always do things backwards whenever they play golf. They point too far right to make it not go as far to the left. and it just keeps getting worse and worse.
Just overcompensate.
Overcompensating, yes, exactly.
Tip of the week, Mike Wassmer, the alignment drill, right here at McDonald's Golf Course. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. We're going to be back with Kevin Wassmer in just a few minutes, and then we're going to go out. Mike's going to go out with me for Joe's scorecard on hole 1. McDonald Golf Course, golfing the Tri-State.